I think they'll only get better. They're going to need to be this week because, I mean, these guys can play. These guys are good up front. They're going to test us, and we're going to have to be sound.
I mean, obviously, the offensive statistics were really impressive from Saturday's game, but they have been the entire season. The bottom line is you guys scored touchdowns when you got inside the red zone, and even outside the red zone. You settled for field goals in the first couple of games. Yeah, you kicked 5 field goals. So how nice was it to see drives punctuated in the end zone every time against Air Force?
Yeah, it's huge, huge. Yards are great, stats are great, but they'll lie to you. What matters is points and touchdowns specifically. We talk to the defense. We don't care about how many yards they give up, just make people kick the ball. And offensively, we don't care how many yards we get. We just got to punch it in the end zone. And the formula paid in our favor. We gave up a lot of points. We gave up a lot of yards this week. Offense, they matched and got the ball in the end zone. We got the stops when we needed too late, and our offense was able to put it in. So, it is a group effort. It is a group effort, and we have made some progress, obviously, in the first 3 weeks of being a little bit better down in the tight areas. We were able to punch it in using all the weapons that we got, whether it be run or throw. So it's something that we're going to have to consistently be good at, as we move forward. And the challenge is what happens when you got 22 people in a very confined space? Can you get it in the end zone? We did that this week. We got to keep doing that.
Final Boise things. Is this the best defense then you played so far for Boise State? And tell us about Bachmeier, quarterback.
I would say, yeah, collectively, best defense we will have played, hands down. It is a huge challenge for our offense to extend drives and finish in the end zone. They are going to challenge you basically in every area, and the matchups are difficult all across the board. Length, size, speed, physicalness. There's just not a weakness that you see. I think their quarterback does a great job of staying poised and getting the ball. They obviously do a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of eye candy, misdirection. He can deliver the ball. He's very calm, and he's got tons of weapons. So yeah, I think the challenges are everywhere. I know our guys are going to be fired up and excited about it, but we're going to have to play sound in every area, or you get exposed.
Coach, from a season opener to a home opener to a conference opener, it seems like every game's been a 12-round knockout, drag-out fight. A lot of teams would be running on pure fumes. How is your team dealing with all this emotionally, mentally, and physically?
I honestly think every step just fires them up even more. It's kind of like throwing gas on a flame. The energy in the locker room afterwards, the energy in the building yesterday, this morning, downstairs in the training room, just guys in there getting extra work, guys in there watching tape. Every ounce of success just breeds more excitement in the group. They love to work. They're not afraid of it. We respect every opponent, but not afraid of the opponent or really the moment. I think we're just going to get better and better and better as we continue to work. And so our focus is one day at a time. It has been since I got here. It's going to continue to be that. I am proud of the improvement, and we're going to need to continue to improve to have success against the best opponent we've seen all year.
All right, everybody, we've got junior offensive lineman Jacob South. We'll just go ahead and let you guys ask Jacob some questions.
Jacob Al Lewis, KBNU Radio. Were you surprised that your former teammate Jalen Warren ran for over 200 yards against Boise State last week?
Not really. He's a tough runner. He kind of reminds me of Calvin Tyler a little bit. Like, he just puts his nose down and runs the ball really hard. But yeah, he had 20-something carries, and he's really a workhorse when it comes to carrying the ball. So that didn't really surprise me at all.
Jacob, Jason Turner from the Herald Journal. You guys ranked third nationally among FBS teams in total offense now. How much pride do you guys take as an offensive line in helping the offense achieve this early success that it has?
I mean, really, like, our whole front seven, we pride ourselves on moving the ball and really running the ball too. Because then that kind of opens it up for passing game and everything. And so I think that's something that's been different this year, is just like we have a lot more confidence in general. And so it's like we know that we can move the ball whenever we want to. And so it's like we can really run the ball or pass the ball on command. So.
But on that topic, Jacob, you've really run the ball, it looks like, better in the second half. Is that you guys are more physical? You plan on that? And again, coaches talk about you guys being, again, more sound with your strength and conditioning.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something, I mean, coach has mentioned before with Coach Jackson, our head strength coach. That's something he's always, ever since he got here back in January, he's been working with us, just all our conditioning and everything. And I mean, we see that coming up in the second half pretty much of every game so far. It's we're not tired, and the other team, we're running our pace offense. Like we're not tired at all. And then that's when the other team starts letting up and they're getting tired. And that's when we really start busting like our big runs, and we see a lot of those bigger plays. So yeah, that's definitely something that we pride ourselves on.
Hey, Jacob, Jake Nielsen, Utah Statesman. I talked to you before the season, and you said the goal for the offensive line is you wanted to have a 1,000-yard rusher. And 3 games in, Calvin Tyler, he's 288 if my math is right. He's on pace for it. So how do you feel about that goal thus far with Calvin in your line?
Yeah, I mean, and any offensive line that can say they have almost 200 yards rushing in their first 3 games of the year would be really proud of that. So our whole offensive line, that's something we really take pride in, is pounding the rock and like making sure that we do have that 1,000-yard rusher, because it's like that's a big achievement, and that means that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing right. So that's really awesome.
Jacob, the whole athletic department has had a lot of success this fall with soccer winning at BYU on Saturday. Volleyball, this is their best start in over a decade, probably. Cross-country teams are both good. How much does it mean to you to be a part of that, and how much do you feed off of the success the other programs are having?
Well, this is like my 4th year here, so it's like I really feel like I'm an Aggie, and so it's great to see all those other sporting teams that we have being successful, all of us being successful at the same time. And so especially just know some of those other players on those other teams, and it's just like we all have like a great feeling, and like it's just like winning's great. No one doesn't like winning, so it's contagious. So
Aaron Falk with the Salt Lake Tribune. New coaching staff comes in, and there's always a chance for bumps in the road. It seems like you guys have gelled really quickly. How has that happened? What has sort of been the process of building that culture from your point of view?
I mean, I think there was like a stat or something that came out at the start of the year that we had like one of the youngest coaching staffs in the country or something like that. I'm not sure, but I think that could be something that has helped us like gel with our coaches a lot more, because I know I've gelled really well with both my O-line coaches, and I feel like we can like connect better, and like when they're trying to teach me the right technique or the right thing to do on the field, then it's like I can connect better with them and like ask them questions more, and really like be able to better myself as a football player, and like also myself as a person outside of football too.
Jacob, you've had experience against Boise State. It hasn't been good experiences. What is it like to play against them? What do you remember of games playing against Boise State?
So I think 2 years ago, that was my second start ever playing against Boise, and they had like Curtis Weaver and a really good defensive line. And so that was a really challenging game for me personally. But just like in the past, it's always been a game that's been circled on our calendar every year, because we know it's going to be a dogfight every time. And so they're always stout up front. They always have a good linebacker core. Their secondary is always solid. And so we really always know that we're going to have a challenge coming into Boise, but I think we're all confident this year that we'll have a good outcome. So.
Well, you guys broke through against a Power 5 team. You've done some things that haven't been done before. I mean, the coach says you guys are confident in going in against whoever you play. Can you talk a little about that in the Boise situation?
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said earlier, winning's contagious. And so it's like with every win, it helps build our confidence and everything. And that's one of the most important things you can have on offense is confidence. And so confidence running the ball, confidence passing the ball. And so I think we have a lot of that, and we kind of have a little bit of mojo too. And so it's like, we know that once we get that first down, then it's like, then the ball's really rolling and we're scoring and we're playing fast and everything. And so I think that's just what that mentality is. So
Jacob, the two teams in the Mountain Division of the conference that you guys have always struggled with are Air Force and Boise State, right? And you just beat Air Force, and so now Boise State. I know you take games week by week, day by day, but if you guys can show up here and get a win, like what would that do for y'all, like for the rest of the season, and like set you up just in terms of your reaching your goal of winning the conference?
Yeah, I mean, it'd do really good for us in our conference standings and everything. And but at this point, we don't really like looking forward that much. It's always 1 degree better every day. And so it's like focused on Boise this week, focused on beating them, focused on putting together a game plan to help us be able to do that. And so I think we're all ready and aching to go against this Boise team. So.
All right, everybody. Now we've got senior defensive tackle Marcus Moore. We'll let you guys ask Marcus some questions.
Marcus, Al Lewis, KBNU Radio in Logan. How do you feel physically after going up against Air Force? Everybody's always saying they're going after your legs and doing things with their blocking and all that. How do you feel physically after the game?
In terms of my legs, I think that we prepared well for the cut blocks that we did expect. I actually do. I mean, I feel pretty good after the couple of days off. Looking forward to Boise.
Hey, Marcus, Jake Nielsen, Utah Statesman. What are your thoughts on just the 10 a.m. start? How does that affect your preparation for the day? And then secondly, your thoughts on playing on national television on CBS?
In terms of our preparation, I'm pretty sure that our coaches will make sure that we are prepared. It definitely would be an earlier start. So that is something that we got to keep in mind. What was your second question?
Just playing on CBS national television, does that matter to you at all?
Honestly, not too much. I mean, although I do believe that we're going to have a bigger platform, not too much. No, it doesn't.
Marcus, how interchangeable have you guys been on the defensive front? How we going too deep? Is there sometimes a 3 deep situation in games? What's happened so far?
Depending on, if a guy needs to come in or come out, our coaches are pretty good about rotating. There is a 1 deep and there is a 2 deep. Most definitely.
Marcus Salveson, what have you seen out of Boise State in their offense so far?
So far, in terms of their offense, we can, obviously expect a good amount of run and also some pass. Although we have not gotten to Boise State's film yet, we will be preparing for it today, right after this, actually.
What do you remember, though, of the game last year playing against them and what they were trying to do? I mean, they always seem to have the same style year after year. What do you think of Boise playing last year against them?
I think it was a challenging game for us overall. Going into it this year, I believe that, 2020 is in the past, and I do believe that we are a new team.
Marcus, we've heard a lot about with the chemistry between you guys and the new coaching staff and how your physicality and endurance is a little bit better. What's the confidence and the trust level, like specifically with schematics and with the X's and O's? And are you confident with Coach Banda and his style and that they're going to come up with the best game plan for you guys?
Most definitely. Been working with Coach Banda, obviously, for a couple months now, and we are definitely confident in him. Definitely confident within ourselves as well. And when the game plan comes for the week, we will be prepared.
I was just going to ask, what do you think of playing with Justin Rice? He's 2 weeks player of the week. What is it like playing with him, and what have you seen from him so far?
I've definitely seen a great player. I definitely enjoy being out on the field with him. Much respect for that guy. He's a great player. Absolutely.